Today for Mousetrap Monday, I'm going to show you a traditional style rodent trap that comes out of Africa. This is called a Baobab spring snare trap. It consists of a long stick here that's bent. It's tied to a string with a snare at the bottom, and down here we have the dry fruit of the baobab tree. If you don't know what the baobab tree is, it's a genus of trees that has a really large trunk, has many names. One of them is called the upside down tree because it almost looks like instead of branches it has roots. Now it also has fruit. They hang down and are kind of fuzzy and are sometimes called the dead rat fruit. The seeds inside the pods can be eaten as food, and you'll find online that they're selling this as a superfood. It's really nutritious. It's ground up into a powder. Now it also has a hard shell that makes the body of the trap. I had a little difficulty finding a shell of a baobab, but I was able to find it online on a craft website. I recreated this trap from a photo of the original. I'll put the link in the description below so you can see what it looks like, but it's pretty close. This is a smaller version. They can also be larger for catching rats. The way it works is pretty simple. We have a little chamber in here. It's hollowed out. The mouse or rat sticks its head through the noose, and it's under tension, but this is down when it's set. When they remove the bait, the spring causes it to come up, and you can catch them. Since the trap is so big, I'll zoom in down here so you can see how to set it and see how it works. The front of the trap is this large hole. That's where the animal sticks in his head. And then under tension, we have a snare that can come down. And when you release it, it comes up. Now, a second part is we have a loop string right here that's tied off inside. And that fits this trigger stick. You pull it down and it holds the tension. Now we need a trigger system that holds the back of the stick. And to do that, I have a loop of string. What I do is I put the loop down inside and then wedge a nut or a piece of bait in there that keeps it from going up. And we'll put the back of the stick to hold it down. When the animal comes in, he'll put his head through that snare, pull out the bait, release the string, comes up, and you got him. So now I'll go ahead and set this. I put the loop of string through the hole, wedge in my bait on the inside of the trap to hold it in place. We now have the bait deep inside holding the loop, and now we're ready to pull down the stick. That's holding everything in place. Now we'll dress the noose, just make it a nice opening for the mouse to stick his head in there. And this is all set. The mouse will put his body through here to get the bait, pull it out, and when it does, it releases this back. It comes up, and then you got him. The question is, will this trap actually work? Now, I have a problem with mice moving back in my garage, so let's go set it up with motion cameras and see if we can get them. Last night I set up this African baobab rodent snare trap in the garage, and I got a mouse. To release them, you pull down the snare, give them a little tug. Now this trap didn't work the first time. The mouse went in there, took the bait, and was able to get out before getting caught. But I reset it, adjusted the snare, and it worked great. Now in Africa, they use these to catch rats for food. What I like so much about this is it's made of all natural materials. If you don't have a baobab nut, you can make this out of a coconut or a tube of bamboo, and it works really well with this trigger system. I know people always want to see this trap in action, and I have to be really selective in what I show. So if you want to see the full sequence, I'll put that link in the description and you can see that on my website. I'm posting between 4 and 5 rodent trap videos a week, so if you want to see how to catch mice, rats, squirrels, chipmunks, moles, voles, and gophers, stay tuned.